Okay, so that was the first working set. I did a decent job. So if you see, I was very slowly coming down, and I was very slowly coming down because that really activates, or that makes me feel the movement. The movement actually comes on my muscle. I'm controlling it even when I'm going down. I'm not just going boom, down. And in the middle of the set, I was like this, but I went from here to here. So that actually, sometimes what happens is you give good cues to people, right? To the clients that you train, but you forget to do that in the middle of the set yourself, which is why it's important that you videograph yourself, right? You take a video of yourself lifting. And what I realized is that I was doing this. In between, I realized that and I went down completely, right? This in fact gives greater stability. So I am pushing my back, okay, into the bench, into the seat, right? And the greater stability you have, the more force production you can have in your muscles. Which is not to say that exercises that challenge your stability are bad. It's just that it depends upon your goals. If it's pure hypertrophy training, stability can be is not is second set is done. So that's the thing with leg day, right? It's not just, it's also a cardiovascular exercise. So I'm panting, and sometimes what happens in leg day is that you stop doing the set not because your quads are taxed, but because you're gassed out. You can't really, pull through. That is one of the reasons why it's very important to train your endurance and train your work capacity, increase your work capacity. Doing cardiovascular, okay, this gets me to a really important point, which is that the difference should be between anaerobic training and aerobic training. I think that's a better classification than calling it cardio versus muscle building, because cardio is for, I would say, anything is cardio. If you're doing a bunch of bicep curls as well, a set of bicep curls, your heart rate's going to go up. So whatever increases your heart rate is cardio. Anything is not cardio. If you're sitting on the couch watching TV, with your thumb, okay, doing a lot of, I don't know, what would this be, extension? I guess maybe this would be extension. This would be thumb flexion, right? If you're doing a lot of thumb flexion, it doesn't mean that you're actually working out, right? So anything that gets your heart rate pumping is cardio. So doing a set of bicep curls also will elevate your heart rate to a certain extent, and that's cardio too. But the modality of energy that your body is using when you're doing a set of bicep curls is anaerobic. It's not fat, which is why muscle building is anaerobic and low intensity workout is aerobic. So if you're running all out on a treadmill, you're in fact not burning, you're burning glucose, right? That's an anaerobic workout. It's not using oxygen, which is being converted from your fat, right? So here, what I'm doing is an anaerobic exercise, but it is cardiovascularly taxing as well because I'm repping up my heart rate, right? I'm ramping up my heart rate is what I meant to say, not repping up. You get the point. Now you know the distinction. It's anaerobic versus aerobic, not cardio versus weights. Let's go for the third set. I'll try to keep it hard. That's what he said. No. The other quick point that I want to make is that before I jump into a third set is that doing cardio is going to actually increase your work capacity, which is going to let you push harder on your weightlifting, right? So train one of the most important muscles in your body, which is your heart, right? And if you do that, it will help you build your physique as well. It will help you build muscle because it increases your work capacity, allowing you to push harder on your on your compound movements such as your bench or your squat or your deadlift or your bicep curls or whatever, right? Especially on leg day for squats, it's going to help you. Let's go for a third set. So I'm breathing through my nose, trying to not breathe through my mouth because, well, I'm breathing through my mouth now. I think they say breathe through your nose, at least for me personally. I'm not 100% sure about the mechanism behind it, but breathing through your nose helps me focus. But I think the mechanism is that it oxygenates your blood more, especially because of SpO2. So whenever you want to check your SpO2 levels, I've done this, but I would really deeply breathe through my nose, and the SpO2 levels in my body would increase. And SpO2 is just your blood oxygenation levels. Why exactly does that happen? Well, probably because you're breathing in oxygen and your blood cells are receiving a burst of oxygen, so it's amazing, perhaps. Anyways, oh my god. Whew. Let's do leg extensions. It occurred to me I should tell you the meal that I had before this. I had a pretty big meal before this. It was oats, banana, mango, milk, a complete oatmeal with regards to the nutrition aspect, because this is leg day and I don't really like leg day. I also think, I don't know how much of this is placebo, but I could power through leg day if I have a big ass meal. I generally lift better when I have some calories in me than when I don't. So what I had was a big ass oatmeal with lots and lots of calories. I think it was close to 800, 900 calories, right? I had this a solid 90 minutes before, right? So I'm putting that to good use. And you could definitely eat whatever you want and lose fat, be in a calorie deficit. That's what matters. Having said that, it doesn't mean that you're healthy, because I think all calories are not equal because of what exactly are you doing when you're ingesting food is you're taking biomolecules. Now, not all biomolecules are made equal. Not all biomolecules are made equal. What they do, the pathways they activate, and how that is going to affect you is something that probably a biochemist will be able to answer. And I guess nutrition science is applied biochemistry on the body. Just thinking out loud here. Let's do the set. Enough science. Let's go bro here. Let's abuse the leg extension machine. No, let's not do that. that was 109 kgs. Yeah. Finished my third set of leg extensions. 6 sets have been done so far for the quadriceps. I am trying to bring up my VMO, also known as the teardrop muscle, vastus medialis. Vastus lateralis is the outer quad, while the inner one is the vastus medialis, which is what I really want to bring up because, I don't know, from an aesthetic standpoint, it looks really good. Aesthetics is subjective, and some guys, specifically guys, by which I mean men, don't want big legs, seem to not want it. They seem to chase the upper body, and even when they chase the upper body, they seem to have an understanding, or a misconception rather, not an understanding, that your chest and your biceps are the muscles that you have to build. Now, I want freakishly large legs, so I train hard. I try to train hard on leg day, though I dislike it. But I want big legs, right? It's also kind of funny. I was seeing this reel the other day where a guy was like, "Hey, I want to build muscle, but I don't want to be like a bodybuilder big." You're not going to be bodybuilder big. Let me just kind of like humble you there a little, right? You're not. It takes years and years in discipline of extremely, almost robotic discipline to a certain extent, consistency and smart programming to be able to have a decent physique. Let me tell you that. If you choose to stay natural, which I would suggest, it's just a suggestion. It's not easy to be jacked and look muscular. Everybody would be jacked and looking really big. It was that easy, right? So no, go to the gym, and if you really want to, only if you're a bro that is, and if you only want the aesthetics, then you should actually concentrate more on your shoulders, and your triceps are the muscle group that you should be targeting if you want good arms, not your biceps. You should hit your biceps as well, not that you shouldn't, but just letting you know that for aesthetics it's your back, right, and your shoulders that make a huge difference.